Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to lecturers of PGT201E, Dr. Margus Warren and Dr. Irwan Mahazi. My name is RUSMAWATI binti ABDUSSALAM with metric number 151904 and my friend Siti Sumayyah binti Muhammad Yusof with metric number 150718. Today we will present about technology and trends in 21st century learning and skills, and we choose distance learning. I will go to the first elements, which is about introduction of distance learning. Simonson 2006 stated that distance learning is defined as institution-based formal education where the learning group is separated and where interactive telecommunications systems are used to connect learners, resources, and instructors. Certainly, distance learning has experienced growth and change recently due to pandemic COVID-19 that hit the country over the past few years. Distance education also, where learners and teachers are separated by geographical and temporal distance, a form of mediated learning can be achieved using a combination of technologies. There are many variations of distance learning such as courses, asynchronous group-based online courses, and informal synchronous like webinars and asynchronous videos. Among the examples of the technology that can be used in distance learning are Webex, Google Classroom, Nearpod, and more. Distance learning has its own advantages such as give more flexibility to students and teachers, cost-effective, saves time, and more. Thank you.
Now, I will explain about tool for learning. The tool for learning we choose is Nearpod. Little background about Nearpod is, Nearpod was founded by three Argentinian entrepreneurs in 2012. Now, this application been led by Pep Careca as the Chief Executive Office. People start acknowledge this application when pandemic come. We choose Nearpod as a tool for learning because Nearpod is interesting application because only using Nearpod we can access to other applications such as Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft, YouTube, and many more applications. Other than that, Nearpod also can help teacher to make learning be more interactive by using the features Nearpod provided. Teachers also can apply gamification in their teaching and many interesting activities such as quiz, open answer question, VR trick, and many other activities. The reason why we say Nearpod can be used for distance learning because Nearpod allow the teacher to teach their student even they are in separate place or different time zone. This statement also be support from other teachers. Her name is Lisa Catron, who have been teaching or been using Nearpod for distance teaching.
I will continue the next presentation about learning domains. Domains of learning can be categorized by three types, which are cognitive domain about thinking, affective domain about emotions, and psychomotor domain about physical skills. For our learning tool, Nearpod, we choose cognitive domains, is constructing learning tasks for students by Nearpod. The first category is remembering. Nearpod has features that easy and help students to recall their data and information that they have learned. Nearpod provides teacher its features such as multiple choices, questions, polls, and quizzes in his or her teaching activities. During the learning process or after the learning process, teachers can ask these shape questions to test students' memory levels. So it means that cognitive domain was used here. Next, for the second category in cognitive domain is understanding. Nearpod provides teacher to create an open answer question for students. Other than that, teacher can create a situation and ask students to give their suggestion or opinions regarding the situation given. From here, students need to understand and interpret the knowledge and information they received in any situation. Other than that, next category is applying. Nearpod provides the teacher its feature which is open answer question that allow teacher to create questions for students that relate to applying knowledge such as problem solving. The students need to use the concept and knowledge that they have learned to solve this problem-solving question with the best answer and meet the requirements of the required answers. Other than the cognitive domain, the affective domain also can be applied by Nearpod. For the first category, which is receiving, it can be proved from Nearpod when students are aware and willing to hear and give their attention to the class. Nearpod is one of the tools that can be used in learning that engage students' interest in paying attention, listening, and accepting whatever taught by the teacher. Using Nearpod, it will be easier for them to gain knowledge and information that given by the teacher in learning process. For example, Nearpod provides a video teaching in their application just to facilitate the process of students' understanding of what the teacher was teaching at the time. Next, second category of affective domain is responding. Nearpod can engaging students' motivation in learning. Nearpod has interesting and best features that other apps don't have, such as polls, quizzes, and more. This can attract the interest of motivation of students to participate in learning. The best and interesting features or activities in Nearpod will emphasize the students in responding and willingness to respond or satisfaction in responding that can give motivation to them. The teacher can also do an activity that can interact with the students' attention to participate in class, such as drawing, reciting, writing, and many more activities. Okay, we move to the next part, which is learning theories. Learning theories are an organized set of principles explaining how individuals acquire, retain, and recall knowledge. There are many learning theories such as behaviorism theory, social learning theory, cognitivism theory, and more. Each learning theory is associated with particular pedagogies and learning technologies. In this tool that we choose, cognitive learning theory is a theory that coincides with the function of the application that has been selected, which is Nearpod. Nearpod helps the development of higher order thinking skills and critical thinking of students. Nearpod contains built-in activities that can contribute towards the development of these skills. For example, Nearpod allows the teacher to create questions for short essays, construct questions that ask students' view on something they have learned, and also can create questions for problem solving in the activities. It proves that teachers were able to perform more questions related to higher order thinking skills hot. Nearpod also can enhance the engagement in learning and developmental processes. Interactive features such as quizzes, get feeling tasks, or polls serve their function and are free from any disruptive elements. These features can be used by the teacher and include them in the learning process to attract students' interest to take part in the learning. Nearpod also presents a longitudinal study regarding effective teaching of cognitive skills in higher education, including utilizes formative assessments such as virtual reality, polls, collaborative boards, and game-based quizzes to drive insight into student learning. Nearpod deliver materials such as their usability and applicability so as to enhance students' genuine learning experience in a wide range of courses. Thank you.
Instructional domain. For instructional domain, we identify only 3 or 5 phases in 5E instructional model can be used or can be implemented in teaching using Nearpod. First one is engagement. Using these phrases, teacher explanation, lecture is not intended. Teacher need to engage the student with interesting activities such as VR field trip that been provided by Nearpod to build the student curiosity until their student asking themselves particular question like what I know about this place. Second is explanation. This is when teachers start to explain more detail about the topic. Teacher can use various ways to explain the topic to the student. Using Nearpod, teacher can insert YouTube video or personal video into the teaching without need to open another application. This is also will prevent the teaching process being boring. The last one is evaluation. Nearpod will save student progress in one file that name reports. Teacher can access this report 5 anytime. So this feature can help teacher to see if the student understand or not what they been learned. Also, teacher can evaluate their student. The conclusion, there are many applications that can be used in distance learning. But as teacher, we need to choose the application that is most user-friendly and provide interesting features like Nearpod to make sure the teaching process be more fun and achieve the learning objective, also following the 21st century education trend. This slide is our bibliography or reference. That's all from us. Thank you.